Chapter 500. Unexpectedly, this guy was actually together with that bastard, Burton. Sean was also going to greet Paisel excitedly. However, the expression on his face changed as soon as he saw Alex. At the same time, he could not help but feel very upset. The humiliation that he had suffered in front of Alex was no less than what Alan had suffered. Originally, he regarded Alex as his mortal enemy. However, now that Alex was here with Paisel, he did not dare to say anything or cause a scene at all. This was because he knew that Paisel really looked up to and respected Alex. If he offended Alex again, Sean was afraid that Paisel would refuse to cure him. As he thought about this, Sean stepped forward immediately before he bowed and said, "Uncle Billy, I know that I've angered you previously. I know that it is all my fault. I know that I was wrong. Please heal me." At this time, Paisel replied nonchalantly, "I've already told you that both our families would have nothing to do with one another in the future. Please do not address me as your uncle again in the future." After that, Paisel pointed at Alex before he said respectfully, "Also, the person who will take care of you today isn't me but Mr. Anderson instead." In Paisel's eyes, Alex's ability was almost close to God's. Moreover, Alex's ability at refining magical pills and medicine had already suppressed that of all the doctors and pharmacists in this world. Therefore, Paisel respected Alex with all of his heart. Sean was stunned when he heard this and he looked at Alex in disbelief before he said, "What? Alex, do you really think that someone like you will be able to cure me?" At this time, Alex looked at Sean with a playful expression on his face as he said, "Well, Sean, what kind of attitude is that? Do you really want to go through an amputation?" Paisel also frowned as he said, "Sean, Mr. Anderson is the only person in this world who can save you from your misery now. I hope that you won't have any regrets in future if you're going to continue disrespecting Mr. Anderson." Sean choked as soon as he heard Paisel's words. In fact, he had already suspected that Alex was the one who made him lose his manhood in the first place. However, he could not find any evidence linking it at all. Moreover, Alex had already humiliated him more than once. He had even forced him to address him as his father and grandfather. It could be said that the person that Sean hated the most in this world was Alex. However, as soon as Sean heard that Alex was possibly the only person in this world who could save him, he quickly buried all the hatred that he was feeling. After that, he looked at Alex with a flattering expression on his face as he said, "I was wrong, Mr. Anderson. Please do not take it to heart. Please help me. Please save my life." Alex smiled faintly before he looked at him and said, "Sean, have you forgotten who I am?" Sean gritted his teeth as he secretly thought to himself that he could endure this humiliation for the sake of his own roots. Therefore, he immediately knelt down in front of Alex before he said, "Grandpa, everything that happened in the past is my fault. Please do not take it to heart and please cure me." As he said this, he also slapped himself in the face, out of fear that Alex would still be angry and refuse to give him any treatment at all. At this time, everyone gathered in the Baker family mansion were all dumbfounded. This was Chairman Richard. Chairman Richard from Tesway Group was actually calling a young man his grandfather? What is the identity of this young man who could actually make the chairman of a publicly listed corporation bow before him? Alex nodded in satisfaction before he said, "All right then, I do think you're getting better and better at it." Both Mike and Paisel really admired Alex, but Sean was even willing to call Alex his grandfather. It was really shocking. At this time, Mike stepped forward and complimented, "I have already heard of your name for the longest time, Mr. Anderson. I really did not expect to meet you in person today. You are truly a master. Please help me cure the chairman's illness today." Alan, who was standing aside, could not help but feel angry when he saw Alex. Therefore, he gritted his teeth as he said, "Dad, this grandson is not a master at all. I have looked into him and I found out that he is nothing more than someone who could read a little feng shui. Don't fall for his trap. That bastard, Burton must have called him here to deceive you." Mike trembled a little at this time, and when he saw the frown on Alex's face, he gave Alan a tight slap across his face without any hesitation at all. What he did not expect was that Sean, who was kneeling on the ground at this time, also jumped up and slapped Alan across the face when he heard his words. Both of them gave Alan 2 tight slaps across his left and right cheek.